you cook that Marie's Brussels sprout recipe? How dare you?
I was mad at their reactions. They're like, what are you talking about? Brussels sprouts? No, we will talk about the motherfucking Brussels sprouts. Why are you cooking that? Who taught you to make them Brussels sprouts?
You know what fucking Brussels sprouts she was talking about.
Who taught you to make them Brussels sprouts? You wasn't sprouting no Brussels before I came into your motherfucking life. No.
Yeah. You see that taste on your lips? That's me.
That's me. I did that. I taught you to caramelize.
When you lick your lips, that's me.
That's me. That's my Brussels sprouts you tasted. I feel you. Everybody was like, she being so petty. No, you. Talk about everything. Then we had the switchback.
Yes.
We had the switchback. So they're all saying goodbye to each other. They're hugging.
They go back.
Megan and Haley's goodbye was like, I love you. It's going to be you and me. We just got to get through the next 3 weeks. Yes. And it's going to be you and me. Megan and Haley were so ready to be together.
They were locked
the in. I love you. I love you too. I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. This is it. I don't even want to talk to that. Megan was like, I just want to skip to the end. I don't even want to go see that bitch. I don't even look her in her eye.
Fuck my sister. No. Get rid of her too.
No, Haley was absolutely, so Haley was ready to go. And Megan was ready to go. And so Megan and Dayna are in the car on the way. And Megan is like, I'm not going to let you manipulate me because I can't be manipulated. and God damn it, Dayna said,
she rolled up her sleeves.
I'm going to have to do my best work.
Started cracking her neck.
They switched back over.
I thought it was hilarious how, like, number one, the only couple that even seemed remotely happy to see each other was AJ and Britney.
I know.
They're just all hugged up in
They were so cute.
I missed you.
They couldn't wait to film those Vitaluxx commercials. Let's be real.
Let's be real.
Their trial, their 3 weeks back together was just like Vitamix.
Or what's it? Vitaluxx?
Or Vitaluxx.
Vitamix.
Vitamix. I mean, that's
Vitamin.
Vitamin, yes.
They were so happy and so giddy, but also too, they
ain't do nothing.
They ain't do nothing. They was basically just still seeing each other like nothing happened. Yeah. When Britney was like, "Hey, I need you," she was coming. Like, let's be real.
Yep.
But like all the other couples those were like the saddest fucking car rides in whatever kind of weird ass car they were in.
But Mel and Marie's car ride was sad for a different reason. Because Marie was real happy to be back together with Bae.
Yes.
And was like, I am so sorry I crashed out on you like that.
God, I can't
believe I thought for a moment that you would betray me. Yes. Oh, that was their proof. Some
oh my God. Playlist. And then she was like, wait, what's that on your arm?
Oh. So she's like, wait, what is that on your arm? And Mel's like, So.
Oh, that's just a
tattoo.
Just a little matching tattoo. Oh my God.
Right before they switched back over, Mel and Dayna got matching tattoos.
Matching tattoos with someone you have just met.
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. And mind you, okay, Dayna and Magan.
Wait, are we to reveal this now? Yes, let's reveal it now. Yes, because they did reveal it.
They did reveal it. Dayna and Magan had plans to get matching tattoos if they made it out.
If they made it through the show, they would get matching tattoos.
And Dayna was like, oh my God, I completely forgot about that.
No, bullshit. Bullshit. You don't forget about that. And I think it was the same tattoo, too, right? No, I think they got like,
I'd have killed that bitch if it was the same tattoo.
I would have killed that bitch. I would have killed that bitch either way.
I'd have ripped that tattoo off myself.
What kind of dastardly villainous bullshit is that? I never heard no shit like that.
That was punishment. I think that was punishment for Megan defying her when she called her and not responding the way it is.
Because when they interviewed them at the tattoo shop, she was like, obviously the person was like, won't your girlfriend want to have something to say about that? And she was like, I don't really give a what Megan has to say. I don't really care.
I think she did that intentionally to hurt Megan.
To hurt Megan, and it worked.
Yes, and Mel dumbass just went along with it.
That's right.
Yes, and Marie saw that
and was like, tattoos? And then she was like, I guess y'all are real besties.
Yes.
Y'all are really friends.
No, it's just because, I always want her. Oh, no, I think she said, oh, great, now this bitch is going to be in my life forever.
Forever. That's right. She's like, oh, she really gonna be in my life forever.
Like a herpes. Like, that's what she's like.
Yep. But she wasn't saying it like that. She was saying it like, oh, y'all were friends. Y'all were clearly, you made a connection, a friendship connection, and that's why y'all got those tattoos. And I wanted to say...
That's what Mel was saying.
No, that's what Marie was saying.
I didn't take her saying it like that.
Marie said, oh, I guess she really is going to be in our lives forever. In the car on the way there.
Yeah, I know. But I didn't think she meant that in like a good... Wait.
I think she meant that... Because like, that's how Mel was explaining it to her. Mel was like, oh, we really got close. Like, we was talking about stuff. We like the same books. And like, you know what I mean?
I took that as extreme sarcasm. Like, she is not happy that...
I know, I don't think she was happy.
Oh, okay.
But I think I don't think she thought, oh, y'all were I don't think that's because that's not the response to that.
I think, honestly, I just and I want Marie to find this because I want her to confirm. I think she knew. I think deep down, she still had that suspicion that they were probably fucking. That was just from like the energy that she was kind of given. I think she knew.
Maybe she was really trying to convince herself.
I think she was trying to convince herself that she trusted her because she didn't want to believe that this person that she gave the ultimatum that she loved would just blatantly lie to her face. Yeah. Because that's what sometimes people do. Yeah. You know, I think deep down you know the truth,
but you want to believe.
I think she wanted to believe. Yeah. But everything even in the car when she was lying to her.
No, she was I
don't think she fully, like she said, I'm going to choose to believe.
Because honestly, Mel's a bad liar. Mel's a really bad liar. So I was kind of looking at Marie like, you know for good. Yeah. But she did not let on that she truly believed that Mel was lying in her fucking face.
You. I knew you, like, you wanted to believe it for the cameras and for the sake of y'all relationship. You wanted to try to believe it, but I really don't feel that she fully
I don't know, for the cameras. And this is why I can't be in a good relationship, because if you put cameras on me and I have a inkling that you were playing me like so, she said, look me in my eye, don't make me look like no goddamn fool.
Because I think if she would have kept going at it, she would have looked like the crazy one.
No.
You know, well, I mean, of course, we know. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? But
if she was wrong, she would have looked like the crazy one.
She would have looked like the crazy one.
But she didn't even act like she was really, truly suspicious. She was like, you and me, it's you and me. Right?
She was suspicious?
But then she got over it immediately.
I think that's just editing. That got in the car and picked her up and said, look me in.
After the Spotify thing came out, I think she chose to believe.
I think she chose to, but I don't think,
You think deep down she knew?
I think deep down she knew that was lying.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think she knew.
I was looking at that like, she lied. She's shuffling her feet.
Of course we know.
What does mean? Yes. So that's them together. Here's where I really get pissed. Haley and Pilar. Haley and Pilar get back together. And Pilar is so happy. Pilar is like, I finally realized, like, you've been in my life for 10 years. I don't even talk to my mama. Your family is my family now. I love you. And Haley said, Aramatama,
yeah, about that.
Me and Magan, we've been
Yes.
And she was like, do you love her? She's like, I love her. I'm in love with her.
That broke my heart. When mainly
not a tear dropped from her eye.
When Pilar asked, do you mind if I ask how many times?
And she said
I mean, we stopped counting. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
She said I wasn't keeping count. I would have flung myself off the balcony.
She's sobbing. Yo, like, she said, oh, yeah. It's like, everything. I was in her ass. You know what I mean? She was like,
doing some things.
Right?
A little straight from the back, from the front, from
and
the
Pilar
side.
is sitting there beating her chest. Oh, God. And Haley, I'm thinking Haley's going to be remorseful and sorry.
No. That is why I said I disliked Haley.
No, me too.
Okay?
And the internet is acting like Haley is the sweetest angel.
This is one of those, like yes. Like, one of those, like, Dayna's the villain. Like, who's the villain?
Yeah.
Who's the real villain this season?
Okay, sure. Dayna is Jafar.
Yes.
But Haley is Iago. Yes. Actually, Dayna's Jafar, and then Mel is Iago, and and Haley is the return of Jafar.
Yes.
There you go.
That's Aladdin for you.
That's Aladdin.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
If we're doing Aladdin, which we are. So,
I could not stand Haley. And that moment with Haley and Pilar on the balcony when she said, I wasn't keeping count. I wanted to I screamed. I was like,
I couldn't. And poor Pilar was like, she was sliding down the wall like it was a Mary J. Blige video. And Haley was just like, well, yeah.
And I love her too, by the way.
I'm in love with her. And she was like, so what about you and me? And she was like, my worst fear is that if I would be ready and you would be in love with someone else. And she was like, yeah, well, that's what happened. That's too bad. Oh, well, you call your mama. Oh, she don't talk to you.
Like, I hated Haley.
Callous.
I hated Haley.
I was like,
okay?
damn.
I hated Haley.
Me too.
Okay?
Me too. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm saying. Like,
and it's, you know what? And the internet is on Haley's side because Haley was very much there for Magan and helped Magan build her self-esteem. But you destroyed people's self-esteem. So I think it bounces out.
In that moment, after I saw that, I was like, I hope to God Pilar does not want to marry this.
I know.
I wanted her to leave.
But at the same time,
it only took 3 weeks.
It didn't even take 3 weeks.
Right.
They was on the 3rd week, and she was like, "It's over between you and me, baby."
Like, you're in love with someone else. You someone multiple times.
Yep.
Like, or after everything.
Not multiple. She said innumerable. She said, I can't even count. Uncountable amounts of time.
It was back to back to back. That's how much it was. I wanted Pilar.
She was flipping me.
Just
back and
go.
forth. Like, what?
You lost your family for this person?
Yeah. Poor Pilar.
Sick. You are sick,
No.
Haley.
And the thing is, the problem is with this is that Pilar is so tethered to Haley in a way that Haley is not tethered to Pilar.
Yes.
Pilar does not have family.
Yeah.
Pilar does not have a family who accepts her. Yeah. The family that accepts her is Haley's family. They've known each other for 10 years. She is her lifeline. She is who she depends on. So Haley knows good and goddamn well that if Haley wants it, Pilar is there.
Yes.
And if she don't want her, Pilar is out the fucking door.
If Haley wants to get her little monkey scratch for 3 weeks straight,
then Pilar's gonna have to deal with
her back with open arms.
That's right, because where you gonna go? You ain't going to your mama's house. So
Haley is
dastardly.
I can't even say. I can't say what I want to say because
that's right.
We might lose this platform.
That's right.
But
that was so mean.
I had some words
for Haley. That's a dirty
burgundy redheaded. Pilar, I love you so much.
I know. I really felt bad for Pilar.
I love you.
I want better for you. And I saw her on the internet because people are being so mean to Pilar on the internet.
Who the is being mean to Pilar on the internet?
So many stupid lesbians are on the internet talking about why would you take 8 years to decide to tell your family, and you just be crying and like we're saying that her tears were manipulative. Like, y'all are disgusting people. Y'all are bad people, and Pilar deserves better than you hoes. Yes. And Haley too.
Yes, as someone who came out later in life.
Thank you.
With a super religious family. Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Like, people go through their own journey when it comes to coming out, and all of that, like, judgment and all that shit for someone. Like, that's why people don't want to come out. Y'all are part of the problem.
Yes.
Y'all are part of the problem.
And to judge her for not being brave enough to lose her relationship with her family over this that clearly tossed her aside at the first opportunity, you hoes really need help. Y'all need help. Y'all need compassion, and I can't. Like, get it together.
Y'all rooting for Haley when she's like in love with fucking Magan, who is not too far from like the same. That's what
Megan's family don't talk to her either.
Exactly.
Like, Magan wasn't telling her family either. Like, it's
the fuck up.
Shut up. Everybody shut up. Y'all are fucking
Anyway,
idiots.
Pilar,
Anyway,
we got you.
We got your
we
back.
love you.
I'll fight.
Okay?
I'll fight a for Pilar.
I will fight a
Anyway, so that was them. Then they got back together or whatever, and like, you know, Mel kind of gaslit Marie. Marie was ready. Marie was like, "Oh, baby, this is it. We in love." Da, da, da. And I'm just.
And that was going back to what I wanted to say about Mel. Like, before they like started switching back, Mel was also pressing Dayna about like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are you gonna do?
And Dayna was like, Dayna was with Mel and saying, this is it. Mm-hmm. So we're going to just figure it out until we get to the end. I will let you know my final decision. Yeah. But truly, I think it's going to be you and me. Yeah. We're leaving here together. Because Dayna is evil. And so, but then Mel was like, and then Marie was like apologizing to Mel for thinking that she would ever cheat on her. And instead of Mel being sheepish about it, Mel was like, and see, that's the problem. Because you assume the worst out of me. I really, you know what? I accept your apology. Mm-hmm. Thank you for apologizing. I was like, oh my God. And then Dayna and Magan, that pissed me off. I don't know what kind of mind control trick she was doing on that, but she fucking flipped her right around. And then she was like, Magan was apologizing to Dayna for fucking Haley.
For fucking Haley and falling in love with Haley.
And
I'm watching it, I was like, you fucking know.
And then Dayna was like, I would never do that. You accused me of doing something that you did. I said,
was sick. And then when Magan told Dayna that she was in love with Haley, or I told her I loved her, or like whatever, and
she was like, no, you didn't.
She crashed out and went to the bathroom. I gotta call. And she called her mom. Come get me. There's nothing here for me anymore. I'm serious, Mom. Come get me. Showing the dirty shoes on the. Come get me. It's not working anymore.
Like, you must be, like, truly. I can't. You know you're on television. Like, it's crazy. So she's doing this
in front of cameras.
Yes.
What are you doing behind closed doors when the cameras are off and over?
I know. And as much as like whatever, like Magan, I understand that people were like, oh, Magan's so stupid. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
You get fooled, you can't get fooled.
You can't get fooled again. Hilarious. He was such a funny president. Anyway, everybody was like, whatever. And I'm not saying Magan is a genius for being manipulated back, but some people are like that. And I get why she believed her. She was crashing the I'd be like, why would you do this to me? You got mad at me and accused me.
The amount of judgment you passed on me, because you did exactly what you thought I was going to do, but you did it.
I was like, oh, you're a liar.
Yes. And this is again why I say when they come back together, if they are going to come back together, they should not just come. There needs to be someone there to mediate this.
Someone to keep them accountable.
Yes, because it was just painful to watch, like seeing some bit of growth in Magan while she was with Haley and watching all of it crumble when she's back with Dayna. And once Dayna got them claws in her.
That was the main thing.
Exactly.
Watching the process of Dayna destroying the little bit of self-esteem that Magan had grown into over those 3 weeks was really hard to watch.
It was hard to watch.
It was actually really hard to watch.
I felt very sad for Magan in that moment. And also I a little bit feeling bad for Haley. But we can get into that in a second.
Okay, yeah. And then also Ashley and Marita. We finally got
something out of them.
At first I was like, okay, look at these cute little, like, little babies. They're cute, whatever. And Marita seemed like, she mentioned some to Britney about how she doesn't feel like she's appreciated enough. And that, like, Britney would do something for her. It was like that Quinta Brunson sketch. Like, Britney would just, like, hand her a fork, and she'd be like, you handed me a fork. Ooh, she got money.
She got money. Like, she got me flowers. Ooh. That's all Marita wanted. And Marita just wanted a little bit of effort.
It really, really was. And I could tell, I was like, oh, this ain't never been nowhere. She'd never been treated right. Because anything that Britney did, she'd be like, oh, wifey. I'd be like, okay, girl.
Oxtails?
Oh, that was so funny. But anyway, yes, the oxtails. We didn't talk about the oxtails because people were oxtails were only, like, interesting to white people. Yeah. White people were like, what's an oxtail? And it was like, it's nothing. It's poisonous. Shut the up. They expensive enough.
Yeah, Marita was in there with Britney with her flowers and her seasonings, and she said, I ain't going back.
That's right. And then she was happy to be back with Ashley, and she just wanted to advocate for herself. Yes. Because Britney had taught her, like, you got to speak up for what you want. And so Marita did that. She spoke up and was like, I just would like if you were, nice to me and took me out on a date. And Ashley said,
date? Here with all that.
What you talking about, ho?
A date?
A date? You want flowers? I'm a pimp.
Flowers died.
Like,
no.
What you want? I'm here. What are you talking about? Like, I'll take you to McDonald's.
And you know who I blame for that?
Like,
Bridget. Because Bridget was in Ashley's ear, like, if they can't accept you for who you are, for what you bring to the table, you're doing enough. If she don't want that.
And this is what you get for listening to a bitch with a mullet.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Nuh-uh.
Because they didn't, like, it's okay to choose yourself. If she wants more than what you can provide, just forget her.
More than what you can provide. It's not like Marita was like, I need to be flew out to Dubai. I need my nails done and my hair done. She didn't ask for that.
She just asking you to go to Kroger and get her some flowers. That's it.
Pick a few weeds from the lawn.
All she wants.
She said, I just want to feel like I want to feel special. She's like, special?
Season the salmon. That's all she wants. That's all she looking for.
That's it.
That's all she...
And Ashley acted like, it's not even the thing where, like, Ash, because, I get it. Like, I may not be the most romantic, unless you, like, I think certain things are romance that are not typically romance, but if you ask for what you want, I will do that. If you what you need is, like, some typical standard romance, oh, okay, now I know. Mm-hmm. Now I can do that. Ashley acted like that was asking for the moon. And she was like, you don't know I'm a pimp, like, is you talking about? I'm a pimp.
She was genuinely like, I don't know what more I could do.
She was like, I took you out. We went halves on the pool table.
Like, what you mean?
Okay, all right. This is a demon. So now we come to
the ultimatum.
The ultimatums. Now we have reached the ultimatums.
Yes.
So what are people's responses? This is the chance where they choose whether they're going to stay together or if they're going to propose to each other and get married.
Leave alone.
Or leave alone.
Or leave with someone else. I think this was one of, like, outside of, like, last season, I think, like, this season, I kind of had no doubt that, like, I didn't think anybody was going to be leaving with somebody else. I didn't think so. Going into these ultimatums.
Okay, wait. So here's why I first did think that, and then it flipped around because once Dayna got her clutches into Magan, Magan.
We can start with them.
Yeah.
Because, like, Magan
and
Haley met up.
They had a conversation.
Yeah, before Haley and Pilar met up, before Magan and Dayna met up.
Yeah.
Haley and Magan met up. Yeah. And fucking Magan reneged.
Not just reneged. Because it's one thing to be like, oh, I don't know what we were going through a whirlwind romance and I realized, like, actually it wasn't real connection or whatever. That's not what she said. She said none of that shit happened.
It did not happen.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That was like...
And actually, I think you need, because Dayna, when they were together, Dayna was on the phone, and I honestly think because Magan sent a text message. Megan sent a text message to Haley saying,
"Oh, because Haley was still reaching out to Megan,
and Megan was ignoring her,
because
that's what Dayna said to do.
Because that's what
Dayna said, don't even look at that.
Yes.
Don't even think about that. She was like, but I'm in love with her. You're not in love with that goddamn thing. You're in love with me.
And so Megan told Haley, yo, stop contacting me. I'm with Dayna now. I'm trying to focus on Dayna and whatever like that. And they saw each other out. And
so they met up.
No.
You're right.
Yes. Megan and Haley, they were like out at a club or something, or they were out somewhere in the wild. And Haley saw Megan, and Megan ignored her.
The same way that Dayna did to her. And Haley was like, and like, and it was like, wait, what's up? Like, you said you would never do that to me. Because I said I would never do that to you. You were so hurt when Dayna did that to you. And Megan was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I never said that.
I never said that. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It was like, what the And Haley was like, you're a whole different person.
Yes. I feel like Megan forgot that there was footage of anything that happened before she was with Dayna.
Because Dayna, we only caught a glimpse of it, but I recognized it.
Yeah.
Because Dayna was like, as soon as Megan was like, I forged a real, genuine connection and she made me feel better about myself. She was like, and no, she didn't. She said that's a lie.
She said, I'll take care of it.
She said, yep. And she said, nope, that's not, she turned you against me.
Yes.
And by falling in love, while making you fall in love with her, she disrespected me.
Yes.
And so so Megan was like, I would like a relationship, like a friendship with her at least.
No,
and she was like, absolutely not. She said, I would never do that to you. If I had sex with someone else, I would never be friends with them. Like, you would tell me to cut them off. And let's put a pin in that. Let's put a quick little pin in that. Boop. So then she was like, all right. So then they was like going at each other. And like, I watched Megan warp back.
Yes.
And so then Dayna was like, you got to send her a text message. Tell her, don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Blah, blah, blah. And then they were like, then Haley was like, I need to meet up with her. So they met.
They met up.
And Megan was totally different. Megan was like,
I'm not in love with you.
I am not in love with you.
I never said I was in love with you.
Roll the fucking bean footage. Roll that beautiful big bean footage.
And Haley was like,
I was there.
There were cameras.
There's also, there was mics.
I played a lot of spades. I ain't never seen nobody renege that.
I saw somebody do a TikTok where they had that scene of Megan being like, I never said I was in love with you. And then she said, and then played the
You know what they need? You know what Netflix needs?
Better editor.
Yes, Netflix needs them Housewives editor. Because if this was a Housewives, they would have had that they would have.
And not only that, they would have played that footage at the reunion.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Okay. So, they would have included that in. Yep. Y'all need to get some better.
Call Andy Cohen.
Please.
I think that man is evil, but goddamn it, he gets results.
Yes.
And so
they would have had all of them live.
Yep.
Would have had footage intertwined in between there.
And then every single live, they would have done a little counter, bing. And they would have been like, do you have anything to say about that, Megan? And Megan would have been like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So whatever. So they meet up. Megan said nothing else happened, and Haley goes, well, time to go back to the old ball and chain. People are crying.
Hated that so much. It was like I hated it because I knew how Megan got to that point, because I knew it was like Dayna had something behind that.
Yes.
But also my hatred for Haley,
no.
I was like,
came right back.
That's what you get.
Yep.
That is what you get.
Yep.
And I was like, I hope Pilar sees that and does not want to marry you anymore.
Yeah.
And was like, I'm not about to, and even Pilar said, I don't want to be your second choice.
I know.
Even
but then
though
Haley said, well, you ain't got no fucking choice.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to be the second choice. So shut the up.
Yes.
And Pilar said, I guess I have no family.
Yes. So I guess like for that couple, we can go ahead and say Haley and Pilar,
they decided to propose.
They
So they're gonna get married.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. I mean,
well,
yeah.
Well, Pilar,
I was hoping.
Me too. I was hoping Pilar would be like, you're not finna do me like that. It turns out that I'm fine and sexy and Mexican or whatever, and I can get whoever. She Mexican, right?
I thought she not Asian.
She's not.
You know what she probably is?
Filipina. Mm-hmm. She probably Filipina.
Anytime when I can't tell if somebody's like Asian or Filipino.
You're right. She probably
Asian
Filipina.
or Mexican?
Okay. Even more of a reason. You are a sexy, fine, beautiful Filipina. You can get anybody you want.
Yes.
You can get anybody you want. Okay, baby? You say them tears.
Yes.
But anyway, they decided to get married.
I was hoping Pilar walked away.
Me too.
And been like, I deserve better.
I know.
I can do bad all by myself.
That's right.
Pilar, you need to watch some Tyler Perry movies and know how to leave a bitch.
I would never force anybody to do that. But honestly, I wish Haley had given Pilar whatever pep talk she gave to Magan to give her a fucking backbone. I wish she was like, how you gonna let somebody do you like I'm doing you right now? That ain't right.
It was awful. So I was like, okay, whatever. That pissed me off.
So they got back together. AJ and Britney.
AJ and Britney.
They were the first to go.
No surprise.
They got back together.
They got engaged.
Yeah, they got engaged. And then a giant Vitaluxx mascot came out and was like, and now pronounce you dykes together. And then it was great. Go get you some Vitaluxx or whatever.
Yeah.
So then we have
Bridget.
Bridget and Kyle. They got engaged or whatever.
I was like, I wasn't surprised that they were going to get engaged because it's like I can't see them with anybody else, and it's just like they seem like they meant together. So
yeah, and also, quite frankly, I didn't really care. God bless them.
Yeah.
God bless them.
I forgot they were on the show for a minute.
Me too. I was like, who are these dykes?
No shade. No shade. Let's take a time to
no shade. It's the best thing to do to be the most boring couple on the show.
Yes.
That's the best thing you could ever do.
That's a healthy relationship.
That's right. Also, I'm going to spill some tea from an anonymous source that I trust very dearly because that source is a big gay. So, they're gay as shit. So, they said they know somebody who is friends with Bridget and Kyle. Mm-hmm. And they heard that they just went on the show for and giggles and followers. They really had no intention of getting married. They didn't want to do no ultimatum. And I could tell because Kyle was, we almost kissed. And that mother gonna kill me.
I know. And that whole thing that Bridget was like, how dare you? That's not what we're here for.
That's right. Bridget was like, what? We're here for followers, ho. It was hilarious.
It was.
So that's what I'm not shocked by that. Anyway,
y'all should have been a little bit more interesting if y'all wanted to be on here for followers.
Get
but
anyway, so then Ashley and Marita, no, they did not.
But in a surprise flip, though, Marita was given the ultimatum originally, and by Ashley. And so at the meetup, she's like, Marita was ready to get married. That's right. And Ashley was like, actually, I know I gave you the ultimatum,
but actually, I don't want to get. She was like, it was because she was like, it's been miserable. You've been hounding me to fucking take you out and hold your hand and buy you flowers and
I wanted to marry you, but the flower thing, I gotta draw the line.
I wanted to marry a low effort that didn't have one lick of self-esteem. And you come in here asking me for
You was with that. They like, you was with Britney ass for 3 weeks and got your head all up talking about flowers and romance and
You think I'm making oxtail or handing you a fork? You better beat feet, ho. And Marita is like, damn.
I wanted you. I wanted to make this work.
But let's be real, Marita.
Like, how dare...
Okay, but I'm sorry. Sometimes you dodge a bullet, and sometimes the bullet dodges you. And, like, I'm sorry that you're sad or whatever, but, baby, you would have been way sadder in that marriage.
You deserve better. I hope
I hope you get many flowers.
I hope you getting all your flowers.
All your flowers.
And so, like...
I hope you getting your shit rocked and flowers in your hand and taking out for steak and beans.
And oxtails and stuff.
I hope you get all the oxtail you want.
I hope you done found you a good Jamaican
That's right. I hope you get some curry goat and some dumpling and some stewed chicken. That's what some rice and peas you deserve.
I can't do the accent.
Me neither.
So, okay. So then we got them. We got...
now we got... Mel and Marie.
So
Mel get on her knees and pull out
a goddamn sour ring pop.
She said, and I want you, if I were the editor, I would have played back, don't make me look like no fucking fool. And brought out
a ring pop.
A ring pop. I think it was in the packaging.
It was. She didn't put the ring pop in the ring box. I turned and looked at my girlfriend. I was like, don't you ever play with me like that. If you don't ever play with me like that.
I paused it, got up, and had to walk around my apartment. I had to walk through the whole apartment.
I had to, listen. Because me and my girl, we both comedians. Ain't funny.
And that's not funny to me.
That is not funny.
That ain't funny.
It ain't funny. It ain't cute.
But Marie was like, oh my God, you need a ring pop.
A fool was made again.
Yep, again. Poor Marie.
I mean, she did eventually pull out.
She did pull out a ring that the production company had provided. So, because let's be real. See, that's why I'm saying you playing games with me with this fucking ring pop, but the production company provided you with a diamond, even if it was a cheap one. You got me f***ed up. I'd have kicked that in her face. So anyway, but Marie said yes because she didn't watch the show.
I'd have
mushed that in her face. I'd have grabbed her by a comb over. Pow! Like that SpongeBob.
Took the ring pop out the hand, threw it on the ground.
That's right.
Crushed it.
That's right. But she didn't watch the show.
She didn't watch the show.
So they also got engaged. And then last is Dayna and Magan. And Magan, first of all, I'm just gonna say this real quick. Megan looks so good with her hair down in the long ponytail.
It was cute.
She had spent her whole time with the bun. And then,
it's something with the ponytail hit different.
She was looking good. That suit was tight. Ass was fat. It was great.
Oh, the burgundy suit with the white. You gotta cut it in.
And
here.
it was
with the
tailored, so you could see every single crook in that ass. God bless. But anyway, you could see her ass, but you could not see her spine.
Yeah.
So she showed up and
she
proposed to that and she said yes.
Yeah. And Dayna did pull out a ring for Megan.
Yep.
Because Dayna said, I don't give a what your decision is. We're getting married.
Yep.
So whether Megan gave her the ring that production gave her, Dayna had a ring already ready, which is also, at first I was like, that's kind of sweet. But then I was like,
you're evil.
But no, she said, "What? We leaving here engaged."
That's right.
She was making
she
sure
said, whether or not you propose or not, I'm making
even
sure.
Even if you don't propose to me,
yep.
I'm proposing.
I'm gonna either make you look really bad or and I would never attribute that if it weren't for all the other evidence.
Yeah.
So,
because before I would have been like, because some of the other couples that got engaged, I was like, dang, what her ring? You know what I'm saying? Like,
we're both gay, right?
This is a queer love show. Both, maybe if they had a queer host, someone could have mentioned that.
Ooh.
But anyways, so those were the choices.
That's right. So those were the choices. It was 4 out of 5 couples got engaged, which was not the case last season.
Yeah, last season I was trying to remember who got engaged, so but last season it didn't matter who the got engaged because by the time the reunion rolled around. So
that was the ultimatum.
Yeah.
So now it's the reunion, and I'm just little girl. She said, "I don't give a about this gay ass show." She's so funny. This is our honorary light skinned femme, Ginger.
Yes.
She's our baby. She's my baby niece. I love her.
Yes. All right.
So
the reunion.
So the reunion, honestly, okay, I'm just going to say this right up front. As far as like producing the reunion, as far as all that, boo, the reunion is bull.
Yeah.
Because the reunion takes place a year after they filmed, but before the show airs. So they've seen footage, and I'm assuming they've seen the show or some cut of the show.
They've seen something of it.
They've seen something of the show, but I wish they'd done the reunion. They've done the last episode, waited for responses from the public and stuff, and then did the reunion.
They need to do it housewife style.
Housewife style.
Let us ask questions.
That's right.
All right. Sharia from Crown Heights wants to know.
That's right. So, Marie, what the was going on? Because I know you wanted to beat that bitch's ass when you watched the footage.
They need to adjust that and yes.
And also, I'm sorry, Miss Swisher Sweets, She don't ask no follow-up questions. She's not curious about anything. She just don't want nobody to fight or raise their voice.
Yeah.
If you don't get the off the stage.
And I want to come back to talk about
Miss Swisher.
Yes. Okay.
So, I mean, like, whatever. Everybody else is boring, but let me just tell you right now.
Miss Marie.
Miss Marie came in hot.
She was in rare form. First thing you notice is that Marie is on one side of the motherfucking stage and Mel is on the other side of the motherfucking stage.
She said, don't put that in my eye line because I will jump across this motherfucking couch.
Marie's sitting there the whole time like this.
I want that to say something. She waited.
Is it my turn yet?
Yep.
Is it my turn yet?
And they was waiting to get to her. And quite frankly, they should have talked to her first, okay? Because she was about to put on her black Air Force Ones and really start.
If y'all would have did it housewife style, Marie would have been sitting right up next to the host.
Yep.
To the host.
And it would have been Marie, the host, and
Mel
Mel
right there.
And they would have been like, play that beautiful bean footage.
Yes.
And you would have seen,
Marie was hot.
She was.
And you could tell by this point, she done seen the footage. She done got the boo-boo like removed from her forehead that point.
Sure did.
Oh,
she had to take off her clown shoes. The little hat with the bell had to come off. He said, you got me f***ed up in here. And everybody on the internet, because she was hot. I'm not going to say that she was being reasonable.
She had smoke for everybody.
Nobody can say somebody came in and was like, would anyone like water? You!
Shut the up
we
talking
need water. You get the out my face.
Like, she had smoke for AJ and Britney. Like, she's like, Britney, y'all ruined my experience. I was here to get my nut off. And here come your antennas.
And I'm sorry, I get it. Because as much of a fool as Mel made her look, it would have been less embarrassing if she was getting laid by the hottest one on the show.
Yes.
Sorry.
And Britney robbed her of that.
Britney did rob her
Britney was like,
you got me up. And I'm sorry, Marie, I get it, and I know that you're upset, but Britney would have rocked your You don't want that. You didn't want that.
She would have needed some Vitaluxx.
That's right.
I don't even know what Vitaluxx is.
I don't even know what Vitaluxx is, but I know she would have beat her with it and then healed her with it. So then,
because
she was mad at Britney, and Britney was like, "Oh, but like I don't get it. Like it's all over or whatever." And I'm like, "You get it."
Yeah.
You know you get it. Because if AJ had played you for the motherfucking fool on TV, you'd have shown up like it was a baddies reunion. Yes. Yeah, I know you would have.
Yes.
I know you would have.
She had smoke for them.
Marita.
She had smoke for Marita just because of the proximity.
Because Marita said word one. She was like, so what the fuck is your problem, Marita? Why you acting like that? I was like, oh,
and everyone
was like, why are you upset with Marita? And a good host of the show, listen, God bless this straight woman. I'm so glad that she's happy in her heterosexual marriage or whatever. But a good host of the show would have been like, I think let's take a moment because Marie, you're having a lot of smoke from Marita, and I think it's coming from a place of hurt. Yeah. Can you talk about why you are upset? And then Marie would have probably been like, because like, this bitch made me look like a motherfucking fool on TV. My cousins is clowning me. My group chat is crazy.
And then she also had smoke for, rightfully so, turned to Dayna. And also, too, that's bad on production for having them that close together. But I guess Marie was so hot, ain't nobody that could have sat next to Marie.
She was ready to bark.
Yes. And then I think they also showed a picture where like Magan and Dayna and AJ and Britney are all close and friends. And I think Marita might also be in that little circle.
Yep. And you know who else is in that circle? Mel. This is what I found out.
I didn't see the picture.
Mel been chilling with Dayna and Magan. They are all besties. And I'm sure Dayna not f***ing Mel behind Megan's back. No. I'm sure of it.
No, absolutely not.
Couldn't happen.
That wouldn't happen.
So anyway, okay, wait, let's first get into Marita and Ashley. Wait, why? You want to first get into Marie? You want to first talk about Marie?
We could talk about Marita and Ashley. No, let's talk about Marita and Ashley.
Because, like, that shit was hilarious. Not hilarious, but also hilarious.
It was hilarious, I think, because it was, one, unexpected.
Marita spent the whole show being this sweet little baby.
And Ashley was, like, they were very, like, forgettable in all of the other drama, and they were both kind of, like, kind of sweet or in their own
whatever.
way,
But then
like,
Ashley, I saw Ashley's true colors, and I said, I'm not. That sweet bullshit don't fucking fly with me.
Yeah. But they weren't making really. They
wasn't getting rah like that
on the show.
But
a boy.
But okay, so. Ashley was crying. She was like, Marina, she was so mean to me. You don't even, because Marina was like, oh, Ashley did this shit. Ashley
cheated multiple
times. I found out she had been cheating. She cheated multiple times. We took a break. She immediately fucked some other bitch. And I think she mentioned for a second, and before she was even mentioning what the circumstances were, she was like, she was fucking some other girl while I was going through a hard time because, and then Ashley interrupted her or whatever and was like, my grandfather.
Well, no, she said it.
She did say it.
Marita did get it out and said that she was doing all this, like, sneaking around and fucking and cheating and while her grandmother. I can't remember which one.
So it was Marita's grandmother.
Marita's
who
grandmother.
She was close to was dying. Had died. Yes. And then Ashley was like, right now, my grandfather is dying. And Marita jumped out and said, I don't give a fuck about your dead ass granddaddy.
I don't care. Him.
Your granddaddy. Yes, he deserves to die, and I hope he burns in hell.
I hate you.
She said, I really hate you right now. I really actually hate you. Actually, I hate you. I hate you. I hate your ass granddaddy.
What you going through?
What you
your family? Your life. Okay? You ain't your granddaddy ain't never gonna be I think Marita was backstage, like, with a bowl of oxtails, ready for war. Marita came in, wanted smoke. She wanted that smoke as soon as she
really did. She got so
She
hyped.
saw them tears, like, your tears.
Like, your tears. I'll go kill your granddaddy right now. I'll put a pillow over that nigga's face. You got me fucked up. I was dying. And like
also too, like, not, and I'm laughing, not at, like, you know,
I'm
Ashley
sorry
and what their family is going through.
I'm sorry.
But it's just the smoke. It was crazy. Like, straight headshots, Marita. And it's and people, you were saying, like,
oh, whoa,
people,
Marita.
You said people online were like going in on Marita. Yep. Not me. Not me. Not me. Okay? Not me. Because I saw Marita's spirit all season. She was happy-go-lucky. Britney was going through it on the couch. She's like, come here, baby. I got you. Let me feed you some oxtails. Like, Marita was, like, so sweet and calm.
So something had to push her over the edge for her to wish death on your grandma.
So when that came out, I was like, oh, Ashley must have did something grimy.
And you know what? You're better than, because I was like, damn, Marita changed up, switched up the motherfucking game. Then I found a TikTok that Marina made where she was like, and here's the real tea, and this is why I killed her grandfather.
That's so fucked up.
It was 2 days after my grandpa died. She was already dating somebody else, even though we were in a relationship, and publicly taking this girl to the pier, knowing damn well I'm at home crying with my entire family about, like, losing my grandfather, and now there's proof, and then she calls me to try to cover it up with Mel.
I didn't even see the TikTok. Again, I didn't need it. Because I was on your side from jump. I was like, hell yeah. Whatever that did, she did it. She did it.
No, for real. No, you was right. But then, no, so, and you know, we probably would have gotten that tea if Miss Swisher Sweets wasn't, like, too busy thinking about her husband or whatever.
So you buying flowers for another
but you can't.
That's why she came by your flowers.
The fam not getting flowers. Like, so yeah, that's right. I pulled the plug on your granddaddy. Yes. I did it.
What's Marita's sign? What's she, a Pisces or something? She's some type of water sign.
I think she is a water sign.
I don't care. But that's that energy. You know, it's like sweet and nice and kind.
Until you push me.
Until you cross me.
Yep.
And then there is no such thing as too far.
That's right.
Like,
she said,
if I get mad
you
like
do
that,
right by me.
You piss me off like that? Absolutely. I'm going to air the chopper out on national television.
Right.
We sending death threats to your granny.
Yep.
Okay? I'm going after the other grandparent.
Amazing.
Listen.
Yep. Amazing.
I was like,
that's so funny. I wasn't like that until after I saw the TikTok. I was like, damn, Marita.
I think I'm a good judge of character.
You are.
Because
yes.
I was on their side
Yep.
immediately.
You peeped Mel right up off rip, and you were like, I'll give a what Marita said or did. I'm on her side, and I love it.
I'm on her side.
So,
I'm a girl's girl.
You are a girl's girl. You are indeed a girl's girl.
Ashley's a girl too, but whatever.
Ashley is not a girl's girl.
Oh, she's a girl too.
Oh, yes,
yes.
girl, but she's not a girl's girl.
Yeah. But you know what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay. And so that was Marita's crash out. It was great. Ashley ran off and then Mel ran with her, which I found out, whatever, why. So now let's really get into it. So, Marie was pissed for good reason. And honestly, I don't think they gave Marie the chance to really talk her. Mm-hmm. They were like, it happened so long ago. It's already a year ago. Like, they was really undercutting Marie's pain.
And she kept saying, this is the reunion. Of course we're going to talk about it.
I'm not talking to this in the street because I'll kill her. I will kill this. So, like, that she thought,
this is the time to talk about it. This is the
time to talk about it. And everybody was like,
hey, that's old. What you talking about?
Because they all want to keep it key and cutesy and want to be friends with Mel. Mm-hmm. And it's not what the it is. Y'all, that is a demon and she did demonic so we're gonna talk about it. Yeah. So then Marie, like, she was like, they were like, oh, there was some confusion about what sex is. And then they tried to play it off like a quirky little montage.
What's sex for
what
you?
What is sex for you? Oh, and I was like, that's not why we're having that conversation. No. And then Marie was like, all right, so right now, on camera, right now, did you that bitch? Did you have sex with Dayna? And Mel goes, well, it depends on your definition. And they said, no, your definition of sex. What, did you have sex with Dayna? And I was like, are you for real?
It was so frustrating to watch because even up until that point, they focused so much on that Spotify playlist. And like Dayna, they were so much deflecting of the point. Yes. Because it was like, why would you talk about that with someone else? Why would you bring that up? That's not really receipts, blah, blah, blah. That shouldn't matter. Yada, yada, yada. Just because someone makes a playlist doesn't mean that they're cheating. There was sad songs on that playlist, like blah, blah, blah. Did you her? Yeah. Were y'all having sex?
And she said, well, we kissed. And I'm like, what kind of kissing were they doing? Because both their mouths was open. I ain't never kissed like that. I never had a kiss like that.
She never specified what was kissed.
Exactly.
Let's be clear. Okay.
I kissed her lips.
Yeah, our kissed.
That's right. That's right. Ridiculous.
Like,
ridiculous.
If you're a manipulator, you're choosing your words very carefully.
And it was so obvious that she wasn't. And to the point where, like, again, a queer host probably would have been able to speak up more. Yeah. Because this straight bitch don't want to get canceled. Mm-hmm. And so this straight bitch was like, well, she said no, so let's move on.
Yeah, and she was just trying to deflect and put so much on Haley for being like, oh, you're being messy. Why would you do that? And why would you, like...
Yeah, it really pissed me off.
It was so much deflecting, and that was allowed to go on so much. And Marie was just like,
and then
back to my original question.
And so she really actually wanted the point driven home, and they moved on.
Yeah,
they moved on.
Yes,
and it's like, wait, I heard them f***ing. It was on. I heard. And like, I'm sorry, I'm going crazy. Imagine being Marie.
Also, too, the other point to like the production value of this reunion, if it's been a year, why not play the footage? If that was Andy, Andy's gay ass would have been at the chair.
Roll out the
he would have played. So how were y'all? What kind of kissing is this?
Yep.
You know, Andy would have been like, I'm not a lesbian.
Here's my.
What kind of kissing is this?
That's right, but I ain't never kissed like this. No. Okay. So I think what happened was, I don't know when the reunion was filmed, but I think something happened because you know that production company is being sued by a bunch of, because the same production company that does Love is Blind, that does a bunch of the other Netflix reality shows.
Being sued.
And they are being sued for labor violations or for a bunch of shit. And I think the last thing that they wanted was a real dramatic, emotional, whatever reunion. An actually good reunion.
Yeah.
Because where they show that indeed they do not respect your privacy because it is a reality show where you live there. I'm sorry. You watched the show, Tamar. So, at the end of the reunion, they were talking to everybody.
Maria cussed everybody out.
Yeah, yep. Maria cussed everybody out.
And then AJ.
And Britney had something. Oh, Maria cussed everybody out. Then Dayna and Magan acted like they was fine. And nobody questioned them, so yay. Mm-hmm. So then Britney and AJ had to say something. They just had something on their spirit that they wanted to say. Because they noticed in their marriage they were, they were having a stronger fellowship with the Lord. Wee woo, wee woo. Anyway, so then they were like, I just want to say something to you, Miss Swishers. We are so thankful to have you, a heterosexual, hosting this show. In fact, I would say it's better that you are not gay. Because it shows, like, if you can accept us, maybe our fathers can accept us too. What the f*** are you talking about?
When she started talking, I'm not gonna say what I said because I was mad disrespectful, but no, I don't know. I don't care what producer asked you to include that in this, but that rubbed me the wrong way.
It rubbed me the wrong way too.
It rubbed me the wrong way. And let me say, like, allies are great.
We love them.
We love allies. But no amount of allyship is going to replace representation, like queer representation. So you're telling me you're so grateful to have this straight woman who sometimes kind of understands you on this show is better.
Understands. She doesn't understand shit. She don't know nothing about lesbian.
She don't know what sex is.
She don't know what sex is. She don't know what the neat thing is. They mention things that she's like, what's that? Mm-hmm. And is she accepting? Absolutely.
Yes.
Because y'all ain't in her house. She don't give a what you dykes do. Y'all have a check. You know what I mean? No shade. I'm sure she's lovely.
She's great.
But she is not a replacement for someone who can actually guide this process.
Yes.
Right? Someone who can guide this process, who can call people out on things, who can speak up for certain things.
Because it would have been, like, probably nice to hear someone who is queer, like a queer host, share their own queer experiences of their families not accepting them.
Thank you.
And it's like, yes, it's great that she understands and she was very, like, caring and listened to you and looked to you as humans. That is the bare minimum.
Thank you.
That someone should do.
Thank you.
Like, stop praising these white women, these cis heterosexual white women for doing the bare minimum. It's like,
and collecting a check for it.
And collecting a check.
What's she gonna say? Honestly, I don't agree with you dykes' lifestyle, but Netflix is paying me a pretty penny to pretend like I don't hate you. It's like, no.
So yes, it was like, I was fuming after that because it's like, it kind of felt forced. It felt very heavy-handed.
Yes, it did.
Because clearly Netflix is seeing the responses from people and felt like they had to address the straight woman host again. Yes.
Because people were, even last season, were like, why is she here? And then again, they were like, why is she still here?
Yes.
And instead of being like, it's great. You could be like, Miss JoJo Swisher Sweets, you were just such a good host and we loved having you around. But you ain't had to say that her being heterosexual makes it better.
Yes.
It doesn't make it better. And I'm sorry, it's way harder to get your father to accept that you're gay than it is to get some random white
No, but like true. Like you didn't invite her to the gay cookout, essentially. Like that was like
she's officiating the wedding, the gay wedding. Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, because there are no other like queer officiants that can like officiate a gay wedding.
And there are no other hosts, no other queer hosts that could take this check. Come on now.
Like
call Grace Johnson. Call Grace Johnson.
Are we so starved for like we're accepting crumbs at this point?
Yes.
And like she is probably a nice lady.
She seems lovely.
She seems lovely, but be for real.
Yeah.
Like saying that, oh, that's amazing if you, a heterosexual white woman, can accept me and my queer partner. That's amazing. Like all the straight people who are watching this show.
I promise you, it's not that many straight people watching this show.
All the straight people who are tweeting and watching and making think pieces about queer love.
Like thank God for them. We really need their voices.
Like, you really think it's that many, like, straight people who are going to change their mind about, you know what? I was going to go down there and protest at the Pride Parade, but after I saw Miss Swisher Sweets accept these gays, I'm going to put my homosexuality as a sin sign down. Get the out of here.
And even if that is true, who cares? I'm sorry. It's a queer show. You have queer love. It's queer people. And this is not a representation. It's not a show about allyship. It's a show about messy gay people.
Yes.
And so we want a gay person talking about gay shit on the gay show.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
What's next? She's going to be hosting the BET Awards? When does it end? Okay?
Hosting the
Damn.
BET Awards. That's so funny.
I'm saying.
That makes sense because she does have a connection to the Black community because her family is the Swisher Sweets. She's the heir to the Swisher Sweets.
I love how you just ran with that.
Absolutely. I believe it. I ain't got to Google So, that was some bullshit. That was some bullshit.
It made me suck.
Me
Because
too.
even right before that moment, I had been saying, shut up, straight woman.
Me too. I was like, quiet head.
And then when AJ said that, I was just like,
And you shut up too.
too stunned to speak.
That's right. The lesbian was too stunned to speak.
And everybody's like, yes. Absolutely.
And she was crying. She was like, I really appreciate that because they said they was finna fire my straight ass if I don't eat some.
They said I was going to have to come out as bisexual if y'all didn't speak up. Like, that just made me, I just want more for our people.
Me too.
And it's like, and again, like, I'm willing to bet, like, somebody in production or was like, we want to address this too. So, hey, this is what I need y'all to do at the end of this.
They want to address it, but she's under contract. So they don't want to break her contract or whatever. But it's like, I'm sure she'd willing to leave the show if you gave her one of them shitty rom-coms. She'd be great in it. She would kind of look like Amy Adams. She'd be great at it. Put her in one of them things. Anyway.
That pissed me off.
That did piss me off too. Get rid of the straight girl. God bless her.
She's great.
She's so lovely.
Have her host something else. Don't y'all? I'm sure Netflix, y'all got a million stuff with her.
She hosts because the other, I've never seen the other Ultimatums.
Me either.
But they're straight.
You know, yeah, as I say, you want to know why I haven't seen the other Ultimatums? Because it's full of straight people.
And I don't care. And I do not care. But like, I'm sure, like, I know y'all got a bunch of dykes on ready for the, there's a bunch of people with a Netflix as a joke special and stuff. Yeah. I know y'all can find a lesbian.
Yeah. Like, that was the Hannah something with the glasses. I don't know.
Hannah Einbinder?
Who did the,
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking
Hannah
about.
Gadsby.
Hannah Gadsby.
Oof.
I don't know if that made it any better.
I would say not them, but I would much rather Hannah Gadsby than Miss Swisher.
I'm saying, like,
way rather Hannah Gadsby. There's dykes out there.
Like, I would rather cut this on and y'all just have any random gay person. Here's a queer person. Now shut the fuck up.
That's right. Absolutely. And honestly, they'll work for less money. You know, gay people don't value themselves. So, like,
hell, have us host the shit.
Have us, you can pay me a 2 pieces and a biscuit. I'll do it. Yeah. They said, absolutely not. You dykes have lost your fucking mind. You can't even come near the Netflix building.
They're going to suspend our account. That's right. Here's the gotcha. It's not mine.
I know. I can spend hours. That's not mine.
Y'all raise y'all fees too fucking much to be playing with me. Okay?
I be pirating.
Absolutely. I be sharing passwords.
That's right.
Don't play. I don't care how many updates you do.
That's right. I will always find my shows.
I will find a way.
I'm a millennial.
Yeah.
So,
we invented tech.
That's right. We invented piracy. So
I think I learned from LimeWire. Anyway.
So
the reunion ended.
And then the reunion was ending, but before the end, they were like, we just love you. Let's get some love and let's hug. And my girl Marie was like, hug?
I think the not.
She said, we hugging everybody. She said, I don't like to be touched. I said, I feel you. I feel you.
Oh, we're hugging everybody. I'm hugging. I am like not a toucher.
Don't you touch me with them dirty ass hands. Hand me.
And everybody was like, yay! Oh my God, let's go for drinks after she was calling the Uber.
It's my ride here.
My ride is here. And then the last shot of the reunion is like a crane shot from up high. And it's all the cast members and Miss Swish's hugging and
Drying her tears.
And drying her tears, and they're all hugging, and Marie is already walking off the stage.
She hit the Viola Davis.
She said, and you know what? You goddamn right. You goddamn right. I wouldn't have even, y'all would have been like, that is crazy. If what happened to Marie happened to my ass on TV, I'd have showed up in my bonnet and my slippers and my sweatpants, ready to fight.
Showed up with the bandana like Megan at the back.
That's right.
I came here to fight.
That's right.
I don't know what y'all.
That's right. I would have absolutely, Natalie Nunn would have had me on speed dial after that reunion. Okay, absolutely the not. She got embarrassed on that by that ass comb over motherfucker. And you know what, Marie? The internet may not with you. I with you. I ride hard for you.
You ride hard for Marie. I ride hard for Marita.
I also ride hard for Marita, but I ride harder for Marie.
And Pilar.
And Pilar. The victims, I always believe victims, and Marie is a fucking victim.
Marie is a victim.
And she was about to victimize a few of them hoes on that fucking reunion, and y'all stopped her, and that's not right. That's not right. She should have been dragging that by her comb over.
Marie, if you want to be able to come on and say whatever they didn't allow you to say on Netflix,
come on.
Come on the
show. Baby. We will, you know what? Come on the StrapDown. We will get a Mel lookalike and put like a 40-inch bust down, real greasy, combing that shit over and let you beat that hoe's ass. Okay? I promise you. Get your feelings out because you deserve.
You deserve.
You was played like a motherfucking fool on that shit.
They made you look like a fool. Like, but I still believe that, you know.
I still believe someday you and me.
I still believe deep down that Marie knew that Mel wasn't shit.
Sure.
And she wanted to believe that this did not just look me in my face. I'm going to believe you because you looked in my face.
Yes. Because I don't want to believe that I've spent and invested so much emotion and time into someone who would lie to me into my face multiple times.
I saw that crazy in your eyes in the car. Don't lie to me.
I know.
Don't make me look like a fool. And
but at some point, she had to just, like, I know she watched that show. I want to see a video. If she was really trying to monetize, because she's not. She's off the internet.
Do a live watch.
She would do a live watch or just a reaction video and explain to me how the fuck she survived that.
I want to know what went through your mind when you heard the audio.
Because I would have been beating that TV like that panda. That's crazy.
That is real.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, boo-boo. And I pray for your healing and your strength and for somebody a better comb over to enter into your life.
Tell us the name of the food truck so we can.
I will protest that food truck. I will be right outside that food truck with a sign.
Right. And how dare? Wait a minute. Since we talking about Marie and justice for Marie, Mel, how dare you cook that Marie's Brussels sprout recipe? How dare you?
I was mad at their reactions. They're like, we're here talking about Brussels sprouts? No, we will talk about the motherfucking Brussels sprouts. Why are you cooking that? Who taught you to make them Brussels sprouts?
You know what fucking Brussels sprouts she was talking about.
Who taught you to make them Brussels sprouts? You wasn't sprouting no Brussels before I came into your motherfucking life. No.
Yeah. You see that taste on your lips? That's me.
That's me. I did that. I taught you to caramelize.
You lick your lips. That's me.
That's me. That's my Brussels sprouts you tasting. I feel you. Everybody was like, she being so petty. No, you. Talk about everything. Bring up everything. That's bullshit. They treated you fucking dirty.
Yeah, and AJ looking at her crazy like you was upset about the oxtails. Like, she upset about the Brussels sprouts recipe.
And it's like, yeah, maybe it's not really about the Brussels sprouts. But if you don't want me to bring up the tweeting that I saw.
Everybody else was bringing up like, oh, how dare you cook her oxtails? How dare you use my songs on the Spotify playlist? Let Marie get hers.
Let Marie get her.
How dare you?
She really brought up the Brussels sprouts for you, right? She was like, and you know, while we're at it, them Brussels sprouts, you made that. It was so funny. You know what? I feel you.
That is pure hatred.
That's right. She been seething. She been sitting on that anger, and I feel you. And you didn't get a chance to really speak your in peace, and that's not right. That show played you dirty.
That girl got a matching tattoo with somebody else, and I think it was probably like the Brussels sprouts was probably the last straw.
The last straw.
That was the last straw.
That was it. She was so patient with so much bullshit. The Brussels sprout threw you over the edge.
That was over.
That did it. And I'm sorry, baby girl, and you deserve better. That comb over. Her and her fat ass. You will find a fatter and more juicy ass, okay? I promise you. I promise you.
We wish you nothing but the best,
Nothing
Marie.
but the best, Marie. I am so sorry. Whew, she about to become the Joker. Because I would have. You would have found me on the news. I'd have been on CNN.
The entire time, I'm just looking at my girl like, if you ever
do that to me, or y'all would be like, Osama bin Laden actually was really reasonable compared to that. I'd be in the bunker like,
are you telling me I need to go on that show?
Right?
Because the difference between me and Marie, I don't give a about the cameras. I wouldn't give a about them cameras. I wouldn't give a about the cameras, that reunion. Like, you see Marita reaction saying your dying grandparent? I hate you. That is nothing compared to what I would do if you ever embarrass me on that show.
That's fair. But you gotta be on,
I will be the first contestant to go to jail on the Ultimatum.
No, you gotta go on like Bridget and Kyle. You gotta go on a Bridget and Kyle and be like, listen, when we get in here, we're not finna do no bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just gonna be, you know what I mean? I'm coming with my mullet. You come in, you know, with your bleach blonde hair, and we just get this money and get the fuck up out.
But if you do anything,
but don't embarrass me in this mother. Yes. Yes.
Don't even let that pet my dog.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
I will blow that bill. I will shut the entire. What were they at? Miami?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. I'm sorry. And if you become the Joker, if you start doing some crazy I'm gonna be like, and what?
Yeah.
And what?
You should have made your own damn Brussels sprouts.
That's right.
Please. I don't think she went far enough.
I don't think so at all. Cause I'd have been crashing the out on everybody, but performing on that motherfucker. Y'all have said, oh, she ghetto. She hood. Yes. Yeah, you fucking right.
Yes.
Okay, so, all blessings and love to Marie.
I cannot go on
I
that
can't
show.
believe, yeah, fair enough.
I cannot.
Fair enough. It
I
is
ain't got the
embarrassing.
bail money.
No. And that's that. No, for sure. And also I pray for Magan, because I know she trapped. I was like, blink twice. But, so like, and good luck to everybody.
Good luck.
Everybody on the show.
All the couples,
that's
all
right.
the weddings.
Everybody, we talk a lot of shit. Even Miss Swisher Sheets. We talk a lot of shit.
And we mean that.
And we do mean that. But also, we understand that it is a reality show. All the emotions are heightened. It is a very singular experience that we
the editors
don't understand.
be editing things.
They be editing
making things look a little bit more grimy than they need to be.
For sure.
I think a lot of times those editors sometimes will pull the worst part of your personality
Absolutely.
out for these
the
shows.
producers be doing it because trust me, that Spotify was not done.
Yes.
That the producers was in that bitch like
they was alone it up. Like, what time is they ride getting here? Okay, hurry up. Let's get out of here.
Yep. Fully. So I understand all of that, but at the same time, you know what I mean? There's limits to this.
Yeah, you go on a show, people gonna
That's
have
right.
opinions
You on TV,
about it.
like you talking about.
Yes, we know
It's
better.
nobody's business but mine. You put your business on the television. You put your business on Netflix.
Come on now.
That's where Squid Game is.
Yeah.
People are watching that.
People are going to watch it. They're going to have opinions about it. People are going to choose sides. And I definitely am choosing sides.
Oh, yeah. My sides is picked.
My sides is picked.
I ride for Maria, Britney, and
Pilar.
I will always ride for Pilar.
I will always ride for you.
Stop being mean to Pilar or I'll beat your fucking ass. Nah. Nope. Not too much on my girl.
Not too much on our girl.
No.
Okay. Pilar, Marita, all of them, not too much. Marie, not too much on our girls.
Nope.
Okay.
And even Magan, God bless you. God bless you, poor kidnapped victim.
Yeah, it's like we know you going through something, and it's not. We know it's not you because I think we saw a little bit of the glimpse of the real Magan.
Yes,
a little bit.
I think we did.
So it's like,
yeah, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you to escape.
We're praying for all the couples.
That's right.
And the host, we ain't praying for you as much.
We praying for you. I'm praying for you to get a job.
I'm praying for you to find another job.
Find another job.
Okay.
I'm an out of work lesbian. I'll host the out that show. You can pay me minimum wage. I'll find my own place to stay. I'll sleep on one of their couches.
You could probably have Ginger.
You could have Ginger. Ginger's at least gay.
Oh, she gay as. Ginger's gay as. But anyway, we gotta get out of here.
We gotta get out of here. So that was our very long, prolonged
Yes.
Ultimatum review.
Leave your thoughts. Leave your comments. Do you agree with us? Who you riding for?
That's right.
Everything. Leave it in the comments.
That's right.
Make sure you're following us.
Yep.
On TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. Yes. So also.
And like, and if you're Marie's cousin, sound off in the comments. If you Haley's sister who's crying over Pilar,
we ride for you too.
We ride for you.
Yeah.
Would you go on this show? Would you crash the fuck out if you was Marie? Let us know.
Send us your Brussels sprouts.
Send us your Brussels sprouts recipe and your oxtail recipe.
Yes.
And yeah, of course, like, subscribe, follow, do all the things, hit the bell. Stay healthy, stay well, stay gay, and most importantly, stay strapped. I'm gonna keep that in there.